manhunt for the shooter until the evening of September 11th, 2025, when Tyler James Robinson surrendered to police at the Washington County Sheriff's Office. DNA consistent with Robinson was found on the rifle's trigger.
There was a Q&A after that press conference, but really the attorney there not answering many questions, really leaving his words and everything that they had shared during that press conference to speak for themselves. Of course, we do know that Utah County prosecutor is going to be pursuing the death penalty, and the latest we know, Tyler Robinson is not participating or cooperating with this investigation in any way. Count.
All right, Alex Capriello, Provo, Utah. Let's bring David Weinstein in on all of this. Talking state charges, David, of course, former federal prosecutor, on your observations, what you just saw, but also what Alex talked about there, which gets to the information that was disclosed to us earlier, I guess, getting to motive. Anything at all stand out about this case, from a legal perspective, that people should be thinking about, maybe that we're missing?
No, not really. Kind of look, they did a very good job, and it's required that they do this good job because, as you heard, the next hearing is on the 29th. It's a probable cause hearing, and the judge said that perhaps he's going to ask the defendant if he's going to consider waiving that hearing, because he said it's a waiver hearing. So, look, a defendant can come in and they can demand a probable cause hearing, force the prosecution to provide everything, make the judge make a ruling on probable cause, or they can waive that right. It'll be interesting to see what his court-appointed counsel does. And then as for the evidence that was collected, the investigation they conducted, what we heard the county attorney talking about was what's contained in the probable cause statement in the charging document. So not only did they collect this, but it's there. It's out for everyone in the public to see exactly how it is they're going to tie this defendant to the evidence they recovered, to the people they talked to, and then in his own words, and we heard some of them by way of that text message where he admitted to having planned and committed this crime. They've buttoned up their case. Nothing's a sure bet, Connell, but they certainly have enough here, not only as to finding him guilty, but aggravating factors as well. And that's what you were talking about, his motivation, his reasons for doing this.
Which, the death penalty's on the table. The county attorney, Jeff Gray, has said that they're seeking the death penalty in this case. Didn't pick up any emotion or any reaction at all from the defendant on that virtual, hookup there in the hearing. But what would you say about this case as a death penalty case? Is there any bar to clear that might be difficult, or there always is, I suppose, with the death penalty? But what about this in this particular case?
So, Connell, not on the aggravating factors. They've established a motive here, an intent, pre-planning, other aggravating circumstances, including conducting this where there were children present and other people who could be injured. So the focus is going to be on what are the mitigating factors? What is his mental condition? What is his mental health? Was he fit at the time that he planned all this? Certainly, from what we can see in the pre-planning, it's going to be tough for them to say he wasn't thinking right, but that doesn't mean they're going to present some mitigating factors about his mental health. He's going to be evaluated by doctors. We'll find out from the defense team who he was seeing before he committed this offense. That, I think, is going to be what the turning point's going to be.
And one more quick thing. The other question that keeps coming up is whether anyone else is in jeopardy here or at risk of being charged. The roommate or your romantic partner has been described as cooperative by the authorities. There may have been other people in these Discord chats or other chats. The parents, we were told earlier they talked him out of maybe harming himself and instead talked him into turning himself in. What about people other than Tyler Robinson in all this?
I see a lot of evidence of this individual attempting to get after the fact assistance, to cover up the crime, to destroy evidence, to hide what was going on. I haven't seen or heard anything that talked about other people who conspired along with him and enabled him to commit this crime. He talked about the rifle belonging to his grandfather and his dad being upset that it was gone, so there's no collective conspiracy there. I haven't heard or seen anything that talked about him asking people to give him a ride there, to help him surveil, to help him set up. So again, a lot of after the fact assistance he was requesting. Haven't seen anything yet that shows me. No, I didn't.
Didn't seem like it. They said to the roommate, delete this chat. Instead, apparently they were told about the chat. Okay, David, thank you. Let's get a break in. We'll continue to cover this. There it is in Provo. We'll be right back.